Africa, and mix it up. And but what I want to do for youth in Canada, I want to empower the youth. I want to push them towards the right direction. There's a lot of youth out there who don't know where to go in life and don't have a game plan or don't have any ideas. And what I want to do to them is I want to motivate them, push them in the right direction. And that way, maybe they can go out and get a job themselves, or they can stand on their own feet. So I want to do that for you next year. I'll be coming back again in summertime. Awesome. And hopefully I'll do that then.
Definitely not the winter, I know. I told him that jacket, so tell him okay. So that's great. That's going to be helpful later on this evening.
That's going to be this evening. The dinner event is going to be this evening. It's going to be at the Apollo.
Yeah, it's on the street. Is this a tour that you're doing?
Yeah, I've been doing all over America. It's been amazing. It's been a seller everywhere. We went to Chicago, went to Houston, went to New York, and we got this one next year, and then we got one in Washington, and then San Francisco. And now I'm going to training camp. I've been training myself then. I went to go training. I've put another bit of weight. So.
We know you have a wonderful career, so we try to pick your brain over this. You have experience in one for the part.
It's good, man. I mean, look, my career is doing well. Still going strong. Obviously, in the last fight, we went up to 155. You know what? I thought I was strong enough. I moved up a weight. It just wasn't natural to me. I mean, putting weight on is easy, but it's not going to be muscle. Muscle is what you want to put on. And I just put weight on by being hydrated, maybe a little bit extra hydrated. Whereas Canelo was coming down from 180, coming down to 155. When I made the weight, the next day for the fight, I was only 157, about 3 pounds more than the weight. Canelo went up to 190. I don't know how you can put so much weight in one day. Oh, it's very much. Yeah. six packs on there. One pack. So yeah, I think weight, one thing I realize now is that weight is very important. You have to respect the weight in boxing. Now sometimes we go up down, we go up a weight or down a weight. I mean that's the way you get hurt in boxing. So I'm going to go back down to 147. I'm still the #1 mandatory for the WBC title. I want to fight the winner of Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman. Oh, yeah. You're going to win that fight, guys? Yeah. Yeah, who you got for that fight? Thurman. You know what, bro? I want Garcia because obviously I got unfinished business with him. So I want Garcia will win. I mean, it's a tough fight to call. It's a tough fight to call because they're both very good fighters. Let's see how that goes.
Well, you get that seat right away.
Yeah. So I got that. I'm the mandatory. So as soon as the reason I should have fought Garcia now, the reason that's not happening is because when you fight a unification, there's 2 belts on the line. So either IBF and the WBA and the WBC, they override the unification position. So that way, that's the reason I can't fight for my unification, for my mandatory position. Unification overrides it. So I'll get my chance. I want to win a world title again.
Excited?
Yeah, man, I want to win a world title again. Hopefully finish in a couple of years' time and finish on the high.
I think some of the questions we want to. What's your training camp? Your running regimen?
We train in the gym just like this.
Yeah.
And we have like speedball with the bags around. Most of my work is done in the ring, like mitt work and mitt work and stuff. And Bird was always telling me the game plan. Sometimes you don't even have to know the game plan, but you practice it.
Yes.
For the jab, making sure that's so, and maybe moving to the right or to the left. If you move to the left, make sure that's so. Yeah, so I want to go the right hook. So little things like that, So I'm going to spend probably the first month to lose a bit of weight, probably lean up a little bit, and then I'm going to go into technique training. Go long runs. So instead of doing sprints early, I do like long distance run. Doing a long distance run, it doesn't mean you have to run fast. You know what I mean? Just a little jog it is. You lose a lot of weight. So I jog like that, we watch TV on a treadmill, maybe go for a nice little jog for about an hour. Come back, get a good sweat on. It's all about burning calories. And then when we hit the gym, it's all about just tapping the bag. So hit the bag is not like whacking it with both hands. Even doing a little conditioning, non-stop, just working the bag. long range, mid range, close. So I just do like 10 minutes non-stop. You can just jog in the spot as well. Just press a bit with the bag. So I don't do that. So that helps me lose weight. You know what I mean? So I'm burning calories by doing stuff like that. Also, it's conditioning. It's conditioning as well. It's gonna get you fit. It's gonna get you strong. And then, so when it gets closer to a fight, that's when we start hitting the bag hard. So we start, and I always hit the heavy bag because the heavy bag is you work on your power. So when you hit the heavy bag, it's full force. It's improving your power. You know what I mean? So I do a lot of that stuff as well.
What do you do? Everybody knows. I agree. You probably have the fastest hands. What do you do to work on your speed?
Believe it or not, honestly, like speed, I don't do anything to work on speed. Speed is natural. We're born with it. Maybe it's how your body is, where your body frame is. My arms are thick and bulky, like you've got bulky arms, but he's got big arms as well. So you're not going to be as fast. But maybe because you've got shoulders, so you got extra weight on your shoulder and your arms. I don't have that extra weight. I'm like lean arms. My arms are lean. So like, you know, I've got speed. I mean, I tell you, like from you guys, I tell you he'll be quick. Look at that body. He'll be kind of quite speedy. Sometimes to do with the body, but it's all mental. I bet he's super quick. With them skinny arms. Yeah, but he's fast. I mean, you know, one thing about speed, it's all about mind. You should think I am fast, the quickest, throw that quick shot, you know what I mean? Just don't think, if you, and hit the, when you throw punches, throw them explosive, throw your punches with energy. I mean, with explosiveness, and that's what I do when I hit the bag. And if you want to be fast, you have to be very fit as well. Your condition has to be very good. So like, I think for me, when I throw a punch, I use more energy than a normal guy when he throws a punch. You know, I mean, a normal might throw a punch, boom, that's it. But when I throw a shot, I put a lot of energy in a shot. Maybe that's why the speed's always there. So speed, you work with your speed with explosiveness. But just every shot's good and hard and crisp. That means that you have to be super fit yourself as a fighter.
Well, two things I think you have more than anybody is the speed and then the heart. What kind of mental training? Like, how'd you get ready mentally for that?
I mean, I'm one of the fighters that's from day one. I'm not afraid to fight anyone. Fight around the place.
Well, you're Olympic fight too.
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
Chase that guy.
Yeah.
You know? You didn't want to do that. You want to keep your whole career, so you want to go back and chase that win.
Exactly, yeah. I got to Cuba, so I thought that I was 17 when I was in the Olympics. I was real off. A lot of people said he's not going to do anything, he's too young. Yeah. And I always prove people wrong, man. I was 17, I was fighting against men. And you know, when you fight against someone who's a man, and you're hitting them with everything you got, and they're not even moving, they're not even flinching. Like, you hit up the head goes, they're like, alright, whatever, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get you one second. So they chase you down. So why it was good for me was because it was computer scoring. So you know, these amateur boxers used to be point scoring, yeah? So for me that was good because all I had to do was hit and move, use my speed and hit them and, you know. But if I stood there, if it was a fight where I had to stand there and train, maybe it would have been a little bit harder for me. But because it was like a point system, I could hit and not get hit. I mean, I was moving my head and keeping away. So for me, the Olympics were good, man. I had like over 110 amateur fights. I lost 9 of them.
Do you think generally your mindset was set for amateurs going to your pros, but big pro fights is a big mindset game too, right? So
yeah. I mean, now it's totally changed for me. You know, going into a big fight now, it's like working hard, training hard, thinking about the fight, not making any mistakes, and the way I gear up for a fight. I work harder than any fighter. I mean, when I'm in the gym, I give 110%. I never want to walk into the ring thinking that I'm not trained for this fight. When I'm walking to that ring, I know that I'm giving 110%, and I'm not cheating myself. The last thing you want to do is knowing back in mind that, oh damn, I didn't train for this the way I should have trained. And your confidence is gonna go, man. So one thing about me, man, I'm not cheating myself. I train hard. So I've been at the ring now for a couple of months with some hand operation. Yeah. As soon as I hit the gym again, I give 100%. I lock off all my phones, no phones, I don't speak to my friends. And it's like, I just kind of lock myself away. And I'm just sleep, eat, boxing, that's all I do, man. I'm on a diet. And I sleep early, I wake up early. You know, it's like a system, it's a program. you're programmed. And they say when a fighter is programmed. So I wake up in the morning, I have my breakfast on time. My breakfast is always at like 8 o'clock. And then my dinner's always on time. My midday meal's always on time, and my evening meal's on time. And I train at a certain time every day. So it becomes, it's a system. It's a program. You're programmed to it. And when you program to something, that's so much better for your body because you gain more strength, you gain more speed. I mean, I can't, if I think about going back to England and training there, it's so hard for me because my life's crazy over there. People are pulling you left, right, centre. You're one day you're here, one day you're there, and at the same time you have to squeeze a quick gym session. It's not going to work for me. Good thing about San Francisco for me is that when I'm over there, I'm away from everyone. All I have to do there is train. That's why I'm mentally and physically I'm resting.
I have a question. After the Canelo fight, what did you learn?
After the Canelo fight, I mean, I learned like not to, you can't disrespect the weight categories. Sparring is different.
Yeah,
I spar heavier guys.
Yeah.
Just be like, wow, you know what, I can take the power and I can work these guys and my speed's gonna win me the fight. We always at one punch away from getting hurt.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, even if that one shot didn't knock me down or knock me out, maybe if I took 10, 20 shots like that, it's gonna be bad for your body, man. No, it's not good for your body to take a beating punishment. So you rather be knocked out at one point than to have a good chin and take 50 shots. Because that's only gonna destroy you as a fighter. That's why I can always come back because obviously it's just a one shot, you know what I mean? But I mean, after that fight, I've learned that going up to 155 not for me. I mean, maybe it would have been if I fought someone who was more my weight. I mean, if I would walk into the ring at 160 and my opponent was 170, it's fine. But when our opponent's like 190 and you're like 157, it's a big difference,
It's a really big difference.
Like I remember hitting Canelo in the ring and he wouldn't move. Like I caught him with a combination and he was like,
you were beating him by points, I would think.
Yeah, he was like, come on, I'll catch you one time, you know what I mean? So he had the power, he had the strength, but obviously that wasn't enough in the fight.
Yeah, so you've played your career with so many coaches, and you've taken the most important for me, every single one. It's important as in your career. What are your changes now? Like, how is this one being more better than Freddie? You've been for so long, you know?
No. All the coaches I've had are amazing coaches. They're all amazing. I had Freddie Roach, I was with him for 4 or 5 years. Even my first trainer, Oliver Harrison, he was amazing. I did for like about 2 years. Now I'm with Virgil Hunter, who trains all year one. Every trainer is different, they have a different tactic and training method. So the training method that Virgil has is more slow. So when I'm doing this, when I'm shadowboxing, my shadowboxing is not fast. He goes to me, look, you got speed. You're born with speed, so you don't have to throw a million miles per hour shots. Just take your time, think about the shots you throw. So I'm at shadowbox now, and I throw slow shots. It's all about technique, knowing where the left hand's going to be when I throw the right hand, know what feet position I'm in, when I've got a body shot, head shot. So when you do it slow, you're programming and techniques. So I don't think it's a bad thing when you're shadowboxing to do it slow. Because when you're doing it slow, you're thinking about every little move. Even turning the hand, even stepping back where the hands are, moving. You're making sure what position you're in. So I think it's a good thing when you are shadowboxing, guys. You might as well do it a little bit slow, but just to know what position you're in. If you do it fast, you're all over the place. Look, you all like to be fast, you all like to be like Manny Pacquiao, who throws them shots. But when he's fighting, he never fights like that. You never see Manny Pacquiao doing all this in the fight. He's smart, you know what I mean? For the cameras, we do a lot of things for the cameras. But when it comes to real training, we never show that to anyone. You know what I mean? Because we don't want our opponent to see how we train. So I've never seen Manny Pacquiao hit the guys like, hit the pads like how Freddie does the 1 minute rounds. You know what I mean? So try that, guys. When you're shadowboxing, try doing it slow. Thinking of where that shot is. That was wrong. So that's wrong. If I was looking in the mirror now, that's the wrong move. That because I've left myself all open here now. So if you're then, so obviously you're fixing that. So let's say you want to throw the jab. Make sure that you're defended here and you defend here. You know what I mean? And if you throw the right hand, you make sure where your left hand is. Left hand protecting you there in case the right hand comes. Your arms straight and you've got that twist as well, so you get all the power. So when you do it slow and look at yourself in the mirror. If you look at yourself in the mirror, so you see all the openings. Each one you go hook, uppercut, right hand. So you're looking at yourself in the mirror. That way you see your mistakes. I like looking at stuff like that. You know, I do a lot of shadow boxing now. I never used to, but what I've been told now is shadow boxing is probably the best type of training you can do, because you're physically going to be throwing the punches at the same time. You know what mistakes you're making. Now Freddie is a little bit different to Virgil. Freddie is more fast, like bam, 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 bam. And it's good because sometimes what you do in the mix, you're gonna do in the ring. So if you, like when I fought against people like Judah, Madonna, that was like Freddie from Freddie's training, like throwing a lot of shots. But what's happened is a lot of the fighters, in my opinion, have kind of realized that Freddie Roach's style is like his combinations, step back, come back, combination again, step back. So what fighters have been doing, like for example Garcia was one, Marquez when he fought Pacquiao was one, is that while you're throwing a combination, they would step back and go for a big shot. Because when you throw in a combination, you're being too busy. You might miss one, you might miss two, but the third one's gonna hit you, the fourth one's gonna hit you. So you're in a rhythm, aren't you? You're in that position of getting hit. So like if you get your hands up, so you're here. If I was gonna throw a combination, it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and boom. Because I'm already in that position. So I think fighters kind of picked it up. Now wait a minute. If you're gonna fight someone like Amir, if you're gonna fight someone like Pacquiao, then let them throw a combination. Take a little step back, boom, come back to one, because you are gonna stop one in a combination. There is gonna come a point where you stop. So, take that away. I mean, Freddie's a great trainer. You know, Freddie's amazing. He just gets you in a rhythm of throwing them shots, quick, fluid shots, makes you very fluid. I think what would make Freddie the best was if he worked on the defensive side. So maybe like someone like a defensive coach. Maybe if we brought another defensive coach in the camp, it would be amazing, because that way you get the offense from Freddie and you get the defense of someone like Virgil. That'd be like the best training camp in the world would be having Freddie and Virgil. You know, like, because Virgil like the best defensive coach.
Yeah.
The best defensive coach, whereas with Andre Ward and myself, whereas with Freddie Roach, he's the best offensive coach, having Pacquiao and having me a long time ago. So having them two would be amazing, and then strength conditioning as well. I think it's very important to have a strength conditioner. I know a lot of people say Alex Cerise is the best, Alex Cerise, and he is good. Look, Alex is an amazing strength conditioner. I think I use it for about 5, but I think it's up to the fighter as well. It's how the fighter is. Like Pacquiao, just like me, he works hard, he trains hard. When I work hard. So it's up to the fighter sometimes as well, how hard you push yourself. Look, I could be training with Freddie, I could be training with Alex Ariza, but I could be taking it easy. Even though he's yelling behind me, I can only say, look, I can only run this fast. You can't push me, I can only do it, because at the end of the day, the fighter is the boss anyway. I mean, we hire the coaches. So I think it's up to the fighter really. But don't get me wrong, they are very good. But I like the work I do with Tony Brady. You know Tony Brady? Tony's amazing because Tony likes to work on like a lot of stability stuff. Like the balancing, the balance and stuff, the core stability. I do like planks and stuff. And his training is like 10 times harder than Alex's. Alex's training is like a rhythm. You know what to do. You know when it gets hard. You know when it gets slow. You know when it gets easy. With Tony Brady, Tony just kicks your ass and start to finish. Like disgustingly hard. You have to like, oh man, you hate training with him.
So do you feel like that stability stuff helped you perform better?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean everything in boxing is to do with balance. You know, you have to make sure you have a good balance when you're on your toes, when you're moving around. You're gonna get hit. When you get hit, you need to know what balance, where your feet are, what position you're gonna be in. So I think, yeah, it's very important to be in good balance and have good core stability as well. It's, to train your core, like your planks, chin up, hip thrust, different hand-eye coordination exercises.
Guys, a few more questions, maybe 3 or more.
Yeah. I also want to know, from amateur moving to pro, what is the biggest difference for you? Like,
are you an amateur?
Yeah, I'm an amateur.
So The only difference is, are you fighting 2 minutes or 3 minutes?
We're fighting 3-minute rounds.
You got 3 an hour.
3-minute rounds. Basically.
Yeah. You know what? It's not much of a difference.
No,
Yeah.
right?
10-9 last time, right? The 10-9
Make sure it's
points.
10-9.
Yeah, so the point of it also
What you
it's
say?
very it's 10 the round you're
Oh,
judging
okay,
is
yeah,
10
yeah,
9.
yeah, yeah.
So if you win one round you get 10, if you lose you get 9.
Yeah.
So I think it's very similar to the pros. Yeah, but you have to work a little bit harder and faster. You know, the professional game, the first few fights of the professionals are a little bit easier because they're not as busy. You don't go as busy. You take your time. As a professional, you watch the shots more. It's more technical. You know, like if I'm fighting someone, I need to know where his hands are, where his feet are. You know, I'm watching his hands, looking more. I'm dodging a lot of shots. You pace yourself. Whereas the amateurs is more like a marathon, like a sprint. The pros like a marathon.
Okay, I see what
So
you're saying,
you know, you take your time. In one round, you might only throw 30 punches as a pro.
Yeah.
First round, just do one round for a shot. You might move, you're dodging, you're looking at your opponent, you're working them out. But I'm more on about like the 12 round. When you start early, yeah, you know, it's not much of a difference.
It's not much of a difference.
No, no.
Just about pacing yourself.
It's about pacing yourself, yeah.
Anybody else have a question?
If you're going to do a 12 round fight and you do it too fast at the start, you're going to be tired. The first round you're going to be tired.
Yeah, of course.
You got another 11 rounds to go. So you have to pace yourself. Make sure you're not doing too much, but you're not doing too less as well.
Okay.
A meeting in the middle.
In the middle, yeah. So
Yeah.
in like the 6th round, would you like pick it up all the way or?
No. If I was doing a 6th round, the
No,
first round I'll be.
Like till 12, you're gonna. 10,
Oh yeah,
12
yeah.
rounds,
So the first 6 rounds are like being smart, picking up.
Yeah, okay.
Towards the end, you push it, give it 100%.
Okay.
Like the last 2 rounds, give it what you got
Give what
because
you got.
I like to walk out of training. I like to walk out the gym like totally dead, totally tired. I don't like coming into a gym and being all fresh and not sweating.
Yeah.
When I come to a gym, bro, I give it all.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
my whole shirts are sweaty and I might have to change like 2-3 shirts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's
what
good.
it is. That's what it is.
Let me just take this in lady's question right here.
How did you know you're ready to train to
You know what? The reason why I changed over was because the deals on the table for me was so big. Like I was a normal kid. I mean, living a normal life. And like when someone puts like $1 million in front of you, $1 million in front of you, you're gonna be like, wow. You're gonna be like, just to sign. That's without having a fight. That's before having a fight. So I could have taken that money, never fought, and you know what I mean. But that was like a bonus. So the money that was on the table was so much that I couldn't turn it down. And from amateur boxing, I wasn't making anything. At the end of the day, I was 17. I thought, look, this money is life-changing. You know what I mean? And plus, it gives me the opportunity to turn professional and to make a name and win a world title. So for me, I had them kind of, you know, it's quite hard for me to turn that down. It was such a big opportunity for me, and I always wanted to become a world champion and a professional. So I always wanted to, you know, turn pro one day. So I thought this is the best time. So,
As a pro, like what other pros do you like watching in terms of
Huh?
style? Like what other pro boxers do you admire watching?
like, just what do they watch?
Other pros, like other pros.
Watch fighters?
Oh yeah, man, I'm a big fan of boxing, man. So I watch a lot of other professional fighters. So yeah, I mean every fight is different. I like the styles I like to watch. I like, you know, you remember Diego Carlos, Manny Pacquiao. I like Oscar. I like the fighters who are quick and, you know, who like to fight, who have a big heart.
Yes.
I mean, Mayweather, he's not got the best style because he's quite, I mean, people might not like watching him, but the people who go watching him want to see him lose. Do you get me? So with like Mayweather, he's more of a technical fighter. It's boring. I've been to so many Mayweather fights and people have been booing him because they say it's boring, but look, he does everything right. A win is a win. You know what I mean? So he does whatever he has to do to win. And if he makes it boring just to win, why not? So, but Pacquiao is different. Pacquiao has got a lot of heart. He likes to fight and makes it exciting. So, you know, every professional style is different. You know, it's same with Andre Ward. Some people say it's boring. But I like his style because I'm more of a technical fighter. I like to watch the techniques instead of watching this pressure. I mean, I can see anyone. I can watch a street fighter, they'll throw so many shots. You know what I mean? But I like to watch the technical side of boxing. You know, when you throw a jab and you block a shot and come back with an uppercut, you know, stuff like that.
So we'll do,
Quick question. So you talked a lot about nutrition and diet. I'm curious to know, how do you incorporate like Pakistani food when you're training and.
I don't eat it, brother. I don't eat it, man. But you know what? You can't really forget our food is like so tempting. Like you want to eat it. It's just so tempting. It is. And so what I normally do, I like to have a cheat meal once a week. But I think one thing is like, it's not really healthy for you. Our food is the worst food for you, bro. And like, it's so bad to it doesn't digest. It just puts weight on you. When you eat food, you might feel energized after you eat it. One thing about our food is that you eat it, you want to go, you fall asleep. It's true though. So what it does to you is it just kills you. It just burns you out, man. It makes you tired. So I think you want your people. Whereas if you eat very good food like vegetables, it's like a car. You're gonna put the right fuel in a car for it to drive. You're not gonna put cooking oil in a car. It's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna put the proper fuel in. Same with your body. You have to put good fuel in it, like vegetables and stuff like that.
All right, Amir Khan, we'd like to congratulate you for all the best in your future big fight. We'd like to thank you for coming to Combat Arts.